I saw it Sunday.
Yeah, everybody
9,
was home
8,
run.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the South Bay Show, Manhattan Beach 360, on February 17th, 2017. Live, love, laugh, and leave a legacy. That's what we do here in the South Bay of Los Angeles, and it's a beautiful place to do just that. I'm your host, Joe Terry, and you can read all about our many adventures on Facebook at facebook.com/The South Bay Show. Persistence, passion, principle, and purpose. That's what we talk about here on the South Bay Show. And, of course, I'm not alone because of our great partnership with South Bay by Jackie.com and producer of the South Bay Show, Jackie Balestra. Hey, Jackie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well this morning, Joe. Anybody that's listening to us, our regular listeners, are going to notice that we're doing something a little different this morning. That's why we didn't play a regular Manhattan Beach Chamber commercial, because the entire show is going to be a commercial for the Manhattan Beach Chamber.
Right. And, what an amazing forward-looking chamber it has been, of course, under James O'Callahan. They did many different innovations, and including bringing the South Bay Show on. But now there's a new sheriff in town.
There's a new sheriff in town. I'm very excited about this.
I'm right here. I can hear you guys.
We're so excited. Jackie, who's our guest today?
Our guest this morning is Mark Lips, the new president and CEO and sheriff of the Manhattan Beach Chamber. Mark, a 20-plus year resident of Manhattan Beach, is a parent, dog and tortoise owner, homeowner, and husband of Tammy Lips, chef owner of the Ripe Choice local catering business. Mark worked for 30 years in the TV industry and was an executive with Fox Broadcasting for 18 years. In addition to his professional life, Mark has been very involved in the community as a graduate of Leadership Manhattan Community Police Academy and MB-CERT, that's Manhattan Beach Certified Emergency Response Team, Community Emergency Response Team. He is a member of the Manhattan Beach Rotary and Manhattan Beach, well, he was a member of the Manhattan Beach Chamber of Commerce. He was appointed to a city commission, was a neighborhood watch block captain, and has been active in many local volunteer activities. He has also written a popular local newsletter for the last 15 years called Happy Friday Neighbors. Now, Mark was recently named president and CEO of the Manhattan Beach Chamber, and we're looking forward to hearing what his first 100 days is going to entail. Welcome back to the program, Mark.
I tell you,
we're excited to be here.
I can tell you about the first 10 days. It feels like 100 days. And you know what? Speaking of making a difference, I hope I will make a difference. I hope we will make a difference. The chamber will make a difference. I think that's the new, this chamber, James left 8 months ago or so. And it's been sort of just hovering. And I've been getting by and doing things. So 2017 is going to be a tune-up and a refresh of some of the projects that were started a few years ago. So we got to, my mission, and I tell this to the staff, my mission is let's take what we got and try to do it really well. Joe, can I look over at you? Is that something
that's great.
Gets all that? You're okay with that?
Yeah,
okay.
That's great.
All right, because I feel like I'm back in my news days, Pretty soon he's going to be going like that or like that or like that, So, but
stretch it.
Yeah,
right.
But so it's a tune-up and refresh, and let people know we just did our State of the City, huge success. We had a crowd there that surpassed any crowd that's been there in the last few years. I thought it was a good. I was long-winded, hard to believe, but I was a little long-winded, and taken to task, and I sincerely apologize for that. That won't happen next year. And there were some things, but other than that, overall, it was a huge success, and people have been responding back. So, good start, start. And
now let's start at the beginning. I mean, Mark, how long have we known each other?
55 years, Joe.
Yeah, at least. I mean, our kids.
We played baseball together.
Have been playing baseball together at Costa.
To share those benches,
forever.
watching our kids. And,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your wife and my wife hanging out together, and now, even before the chamber, you ran for city council. Tell us a little bit about those times.
He had to bring
Come
up the
on,
city
come
council.
on.
That's Joe for you. That's Joe.
Well, what I did was I took early retirement from Fox. This is
Right.
what happened. I took early retirement from Fox, and I was so excited.
And we should just mention that he's a lot older than he looks.
Right, yeah.
All right, just saying.
He's a young 70. He looks great.
Hey, let's
He's
keep that on
not
the down low. I'm not 70. Or not bad for 70, huh?
No, there we
I'd
go.
say you're very well preserved for
Yeah.
70. No, he's not.
It's,
He's
I
not
think it's
quite,
that green stuff back there.
He's not. He's
But-
not quite 70, but
Yeah.
he is very well preserved.
But
This is-
when I
this is
left
gonna
Fox,
come back to bite me.
yeah,
I
was, there's so many things I can say right now
Yeah.
about the well preserved, but
Right.
I'm going to stop. Because you told me, Mark, you've got to learn to be a diplomat. That's going to be your hardest task. Because I've got to learn to be a diplomat. I've got to learn to bite my tongue. Because when you've been semi-retired or retired for 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, you have a tendency to just say what you want, and you don't, the heck with it.
Yeah.
You're not out to prove anything. You're done. You're whatever, and you do your volunteer. And I get passionate about. I've taken books to, school books to kids in Guatemala. I've done all of that.
You've also been teaching.
And I've been, I said, you know what? My mom always said, Mark, you should be a teacher. And so I went and got my CBS, and a couple of days a week would go out and do substitute teaching. Even went into the L.A. school system, which had some crazy stories about teaching out in the like near Watts Towers.
Right.
I thought, oh my gosh, crazy stuff. I mean, really interesting. We do need to look at our L.A. schools, but anyway, MBUSD. Those teachers in that school, for parents to really appreciate that school, I suggest they go out and visit a lot of other schools in the LA school system.
I just want people to
But,
have a
it just-
timeline
right.
for
The city
Mark
council.
Lips.
We got to Manhattan Beach with 2 toddlers and 1 in the oven, and then so that was our foray into the public school system, and went through all the public school system. My kids are out of the high schools now. One's still in college, and the other 2 are out. My wife has the catering company she started about 15 years ago, doing very well. Has her own kitchen, and I'm a caterer's widow because I never get to see her.
Yeah.
You guys need to start having your parties on Wednesday, not Saturday.
Okay.
Give me
All right.
one night, okay? And then, but I was looking for things to do, things with purpose. And so, of course, I was with Rotary, and we did a lot of great things there. Like I said, taking books to Guatemala and handing them to the schools. Did a lot of projects around here. I've done leadership in Community Police Academy, MB Cert, did the EMR, did all of these things. And I thought, though, also the first thing out of the gate, though, I said, you know what? I really want to get involved. Let's run for city council. It's like, here's a barn, let's put up a show. And I had no campaign manager, didn't really know where I was getting. I only lost by a couple hundred votes, but it was all grassroots.
Right.
I learned by
You
the city
didn't have a
pan.
pack.
Yeah, I didn't have a pack. I didn't have money. I didn't have, I got a little trickling of money when people found out I was running. And still with that grassroots effort, walking around and meeting people, which was a blast. I loved meeting people. In fact, Jim Aldinger came with me one time on one of my walks, and he said, Mark, you're spending too much time talking with these people. Just say hello, hand them your pamphlet, say, I hope you vote for me, and move on to the next guy. I'm sitting there going, so you came over from Poland. And it's like, I want to know like their whole history, and you go, wow, that is cool. What'd you do over there? So it's like, so anyway. So that was good. I met a lot of wonderful people. I got to know the city more. So I went and got on a commission. I'm on the PPIC commission. It deals with, all you guys who want a stop sign, you got to come and see us first. But doing all of these different things. And then I saw about 6 months ago, I heard. Well, I knew James had left. But about 6 months ago. I was talking to my wife, and I was thinking, I'd like to get involved with the chamber because I just think that would be my next step. I would love to work with local businesses. I would love to see if we can get local businesses a voice for them. And I was thinking, because of my wife having a small business, I was thinking more of small businesses. I mean, Skechers and some of these big companies. I mean, they're going. They're fine. They got. They are cash rich. But these small businesses here, a lot of them are inventory rich and cash poor. And this is what helps give us our small town appeal, was having that small boutique stuff. And so I said, I said, guys, I know I don't come from the chamber world.
Right.
I sent my professional resume. I sent my what I call my MB resume, and I said, I don't come from the chamber world, but here's why I think we need to get back to community. We need to have people in these positions. We're only 3.6 square miles. We need this. Anyway, I kept pestering them. Finally, they said yes. So you be careful what you wish for. But they said yes.
I think he has a good resume for this. I mean, as you said, you don't come from the chamber world, but he was an executive of a big,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Fox Broadcasting is a huge organization. You've had a lot of experience with.
You have experience.
Well, that was part of my pitch. Was I have
executive
managed
experience, and then you are involved in the community.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
you and your wife have a small business in the community.
Right. So I can see it from the ground. I can see it from the ground level.
And we Jackie and I often talk with Kelly Stroman. She's even been a co-host on the show. And
Kelly's great.
Kelly's great. And there are still lots of challenges in the downtown business district. There's lots of challenges for retail where the rents are getting out of sight. And a small mom and pop store is having trouble making it work without adding, other features to their store and all kinds of things to make more money. Pages is one of the best bookstores in the region. And
it's like the only bookstore in the
Well,
region. There are no more bookstores.
I hadn't gotten to that part.
Locally owned.
They're
right.
like the only ones.
Old school where you can actually go in and talk to someone and say,
It's important that those businesses have a say in how the city council and how other organs of the government, sort of legislate from the bench, so to speak.
Right.
And the chamber is the way that they get their voice heard.
Yeah, and I don't purport to know, everything. I don't know everything, but I do know kind of what I feel about this city and what I think needs to happen and what we need to do to keep our small town appeal. And part of that is our small business, our locally owned businesses, and just business in general. I say that the problem we have with the small business, you talk about the rents and all that, that's in success. This is a high-class problem we have because we've turned into this global brand. We are a global brand.
Right.
Our restaurant scenes between the Sims, Mike Sims and Mike Zislis, we're mentioned in the New York Times. You can walk down the street, and whether it be the North End or the Sepulveda or Rosecrans or downtown, but primarily downtown because they have, that's where their draw is because of our iconic pier. But you'll hear Italian, German.
Oh, yeah.
All of those. It's because we're a global brand. People are now seeing us, and they go, I'm going to Manhattan Beach. So it's a destination. It isn't something that they stayed in L.A. and then wandered through Manhattan Beach. They came to Manhattan Beach, and then they'll go out and see L.A.
Right.
And so, good or bad, whatever side of the fence you're on, that's where we're at. We're a brand now. We are a brand, and people are seeking that brand and coming to it because we've developed such a quality, not only lifestyle but quality products. And legislative. Am I talking too much, Jackson?
No.
The and you talk about legislatively. That's the other
Right.
thing. We're going to get back to having a legislative committee here. And Charles Gale may run it for us, who's with the Metropolitan Water District. But I want a legislative committee. I want something where we can have the business community weighing in on where do you think we need to go, what do you think our task is to breathe even more life into our businesses at all levels. And for instance, I'll give you a for instance. I've been in front of the city council three times. Once to introduce myself, once to talk about the state of the city coming up, and then the third time was when that was in front of Planning Commission talking about Gelson's. Hey, listen, and I'll say it here. I'll probably get this is where I'll start to get emails, but we're all for Gelson's. Gelson's is a family-owned legacy business in L.A. County. Good product, great offerings. There's nothing like it south of Manhattan Beach Boulevard. Now, with that said, we are for the Gelson's project. Gelson's, the product, okay? As it relates to traffic, as it relates to ingress and egress issues, as it relates to the neighborhood, I have to trust that our commissions, that our city council, and that our city will take care of those issues and make it safe for everyone. But as far as Gelson's, love to see that on Sepulveda. One of our, Sepulveda Boulevard along Manhattan Beach. Who knows? It may become PCH if all that stuff goes through. But is 27% of our tax revenue. Downtown is like 2%. Okay, 27% of our tax revenue is Sepulveda Boulevard, and we need to keep that healthy. We've got some blank spaces there where Gelson's is, the old car dealership, blank space. Rite Aid, where that is supposed to go in at the corner of Manhattan Beach Boulevard and Sepulveda.
Yes,
blank
across
space.
from Target. Yep.
Across from Target, blank space. Needs to be filled. Right. And no one wants, listen, I got it where everybody, you need office space and to all the people out there who are looking for that. But really, on Sepulveda Boulevard, and we have other office space you can go to, but we don't need another office building. Let's make it vibrant. Let's make it healthy. Let's make it, fun. Where when you're stuck in that gridlock there, that you go, I'm pulling over to Gelson's, or I'm getting a glass of wine. Don't tell the police. Or anything else along there. You have that one strip mall where there's all these really great gyms. You have medical facilities, all of that. So
it's the corridor in Manhattan Beach. Yeah.
So
you also have Rosecrans. Rosecrans is a big.
No, that's the other corridor.
Yeah.
We got 4. Everybody thinks of the pier downtown, and they get a lot of the love, which is great. I love Kelly. She's fantastic for our whole city. State of the City, we brought up North End. North End said
North End is blowing up. Are we calling it the North End now?
Why?
I call it the North End.
Instead of Critters,
El Porto.
Well, we just call it. We just call it North
North
Manhattan
End,
or North End. I've always called it the North End or
I
El
always
Porto.
I'm El Porto.
Right.
I'm also Porto.
I'm Hermosa, so North End to me means that used to be Critters.
Okay, Critters, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I crawled out of there a few nights.
Yeah. Joe, you want to tell us about that?
No.
Okay. So, see, that's the kind of I've got to watch saying that. I don't want to say that. I can't say that. Yeah, I crawled out of there. But
you have to be respectful.
I know. I've got to be a diplomat. I've got to remember who I'm talking to.
Yes.
You got to comb your hair every day.
This is all part of the new
That's the other thing. My yoga's really fallen off because I used to go. I'm going to do that 11:30 yoga class.
Right. Not anymore.
Yeah. No. But we always think about the downtown, and that's the iconic area. But man, you got a thriving North End, and they're going to have an art walk coming up soon. They're going to do some more noisy stuff. We're putting in some crossing, or the city's putting in some crossing, which was part of my commission, putting in some crossing places that'll make it safer for getting across the Highland there, like over by Fish Bar and places like that. And then that whole area there where Verandas is and that stuff, there's developers who've come in there, and there's big plans for it, but that'll be probably not in my lifetime. But, so there's a lot of stuff planned, and I want to get noisy on that end, too. We've got to bring those guys into the fold. But I
love the North End. I love the North End.
To your point, though, there is the Rosecrans Business Corridor, and there's the Sepulveda Business Corridor. So there are 4 vibrant business corridors in this town, and we have to pay attention to all of them. Yeah. And we got to get everybody into the fold, because a rising tide lifts all boats, right?
Sure.
So we need to get everybody into the chamber. And
rising tides also cause water frontage to have to be raised.
Right.
Another topic. Now, what you were saying about you're a brand now, Manhattan Beach, the entire South Bay is a brand now.
Yeah.
It's not just
Oh, no, you're absolutely
right. It's the
right.
entire South Bay now. It's happening to everybody. We were a sleepy little backwater for a long time.
Yep.
And nobody knew about us, but they know about us now.
Right.
So
speaking of the rents, that legislatively, that's something we have to do. And downtown's done it. The North End brought it up at State of the City. They want some of those rules placed on their end too.
Like moratoriums
retail on the bottom, and move the real estate, bank, non-retail to the second floor. So they want one of the things they brought to the State of the City. You may have read in the Beach Reporter. They want to see some of those rules and regs brought to their end of the town too. So. That's a good first step. I think we need to create better walk-up appeal on some of these, even though we are this global brand, a great city already. But let's create good walk-up appeal. Let's create a lifestyle-centric area that and then the new downtowner. Have you seen that?
I've seen it. I saw
Holy
it.
cow.
I saw it on Sunday.
Let me tell you, I've seen that thing all over town. It's now becoming its own little brand just by, there's a little downtowner. 3 levels of seats. They haven't. And, the city
you seen
has
it?
one.
No, not yet.
The city has one. The downtown has one. And the chamber right now, as of yesterday, but today, we are going to have our own downtowner. In other words, chamber businesses wrapped in advertising around the downtowner and a chamber logo on top. We call it the fin on top of the car, promoting, saying the Manhattan Beach Chamber of Commerce. So we'll have our car. Now, so you have this wrapping around it, but inside those cars, for all of your listeners too, and viewers now, the inside the car is at each row of seats, there is a video. There's 4 buttons. One is a video, and so we'll have an image piece on the advertisers, or maybe we'll just do it on the Manhattan Beach, or maybe we'll do it or maybe we'll sell it. I don't know. Then the other 3 buttons are PDFs. So whoever's advertising, if it's a restaurant, they can put up menus. They can put up, all different things on those PDFs. You have stuff in the back seats you can put. The drivers might have discount cards or we call them VIP cards for people to hand out. And it's free. The only thing is we say, please tip your drivers, because that's the only way they're making any money. Right now, it's only as far east as Pacific, and then all the way over to Rosecrans, and then all the way to the edge of Manhattan. But,
So that's how
you call it. It'll come right to your house. It's not meeting at a particular stop.
Right. It's an app you download on your phone,
Right.
the Downtowner app. It's free. As Mark said,
Totally
it's
free.
nice to tip the driver. So that's how
13 and above, by the way. So if your kid needs to get downtown, or your kid's downtown, you're busy doing something else,
Right.
you can say, well, get the downtowner to bring you home. If you're west of Manhattan.
This is so
Pacific.
interesting. So that's how it pays for it, is you're having sponsors wrap the vehicles.
And
that's where the
people
income stream is.
are
Are lining up for it.
Lining up.
I bet
to be
they
on
are.
there.
This
And
is interesting.
Fantastic.
This is really interesting
Has the
because
South Bay by Jackie ever thought about maybe doing a little advertising?
Well, we do.
Or maybe the South Bay show. We'll see.
No, you know what? That would be great for you guys.
It would be.
You should join the chamber and get on my car.
Get on.
We're going to be blasting
get
out.
on-
Listen,
get
we're
on
going to be
the shuttle.
We're going to be get on board. We're going to be blasting out.
Get
this,
on the bus.
Gus.
Right.
So, but we're going to be blasting this information out to our clients, and I've already got our members, and I've already gotten people who've gotten out in front of them and said, "No, Mark, no, if you do, we want to do it. We want to do it." But how perfect to see, and you want to keep it nice, billboard, simple. So South Bay by Jackie.
The South Bay show.
South Bay
Right.
show,
Right.
and then just
Microgreen
the internet,
delay.
and then
Oh,
you
yeah.
probably just do your internet,
Internet address, yeah.
internet, and then people would check into it,
Right.
or you can do everything you wanted to know about the South Bay, because then you get people on your website. But that thing, we just heard at the State of the City, they reported on the stats. It's already done in the 10 days or so that it's been out there. I mean, thousands of trips. You can go on the app and you can actually see, it went to OB's 25 times yesterday. Oh, it went to the Strand House. Oh, it went to Trilogy Spa. It went to blah, blah, blah. It tells you how many times it
the
traveled
Cake
to all
Bake
these
Shop
places.
and
You can even hit a button
the
on
right
the app.
choice. It went to the right choice.
Right. You can even hit a button that says Explore Manhattan. And
Right.
if you're writing in it, say you're a guest of downtown or a guest of our city, you could explore Manhattan and you say, oh, well, I feel like something to eat. I want a pizza, or I want to get a massage. How close are we? So, and just so those people east of Pacific know that in Success, the plan is to put some charging stations and develop the downtowner on the east side as well.
I imagine this is going to go to downtown Hermosa. It's going to happen in parts of Redondo, El Segundo. I could easily see it working in El Segundo, Torrance.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I talked to your current mayor. He asked me about it the other day. When I saw him, and he mentioned he wants to know how to do it. So yeah, it's going to spread out. They're so in demand. They're sort of choosing the cities they go into.
Right. They can take their time. They don't need to.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
they're already in Newport and different places, but it's taking strain off the parking.
Oh yeah.
What I love about this is this is the what I call the balkanization of rideshare. There's a new rideshare company. You've got Uber, you've got Lyft. Now you have C Jane Go. It's women driving women.
Yeah.
And for those women that feel safer with a woman driver.
No,
and now you have the downtowner.
Yeah.
All of these things are in the transportation.
What else just came online is Ride Yellow, which is an app for the local taxi companies,
Right.
where it's an app
Well,
you download.
See,
Because they have to.
they're
they have
they're
to
behind
adjust
the 8 ball
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Right.
they should have
Yeah.
been doing this 10 years ago.
Absolutely,
Right, right.
absolutely.
So-
But we have something. All that competition is good for us.
Yeah.
It's good for us.
Hey,
because
and-
as we all know, the last thing we want to do living in the South Bay is get in our car.
And that's why also I say
We-
tip your drivers on the downtowner because it's totally free.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to take care of those guys. You know,
Right.
we want this to be successful.
Right.
So.
Well,
And so far it has been.
we've covered a lot of topics. Let me do a station break, and then
Okay.
I want you to just give us. You've done the state of the city, the state of the chamber, but we want you to give us a little sense of Mark Lipp's vision
Okay.
for the chamber. We've had some of that, but let's do some more. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the South Bay Show. This is a new format for us. This is one of the first of many video, Facebook Live kinds of presentations that we're going to do.
On location podcasts.
On location.
We are available to do podcasts on location. So if you want to have a podcast of the South Bay Show at your business, we can do it just like this.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what you really need to get is South Bay by Jackie's your email that you blast out.
Oh,
on
my weekend
Thursdays.
guide. My
Oh,
weekend
the
guide.
weekend guide.
The
I got to
weekend-
tell you, that's becoming must read.
Yeah.
Because especially if you can get that in a convention and visitors bureau type world where people who are coming to the South Bay know that on Thursdays they can pull this up. I mean, that's the new. That's the best way of finding out what's going on here. And interesting things to do. That thing about the wolves.
Yeah.
The thing about I'm looking at it. I'm lifting stuff for my newsletter.
I noticed that.
South Bay.
I try to give you credit each time, but I may have missed it this time. In such a hurry.
You're not the only one.
You know what the weird thing? You know what the weird thing about it? I always try to give you credit when I take something from it. A lot of it's redundant because my deal is a little different.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about this position. Holy cow! It takes me. I have to be here. I don't get. I don't just be able to go to my. I'm thinking of this. I think I'll go to Happy Friday and write a little blow. Oh, there we go. Now I'm going. It's Thursday night. The thing's coming out tomorrow morning. Go. Oh my gosh! I've been so busy with the chamber. You gotta do this.
You've got a job.
Oh
now.
my
You've
God!
got a
Got a
job.
job.
now.
No,
You've got
but
a
I've
job
done
now.
this for 15 years. I had a job
Yeah,
before, but
yeah.
I just
Well,
now I need to rework like I did
Mark.
before my time
Now you have a staff.
management. Yeah,
And you could delegate.
yeah. I could have
You
them
could
do it. I could have them do it. I
South-
need a Happy Friday coming out. You guys better get on this. Oh, forget about the members.
SouthBayByJackie.com, SouthBayByJackie.com. But yesterday we had an interview with Dan Lipton from Travel Host.
Yeah, I know Dan.
beachcities.travelhost.com. And Mark,
By the way.
the thing is, I was shocked
Oh wait, he could
by the he can show chapter and verse exactly what exposure a business is getting by advertising in the Travel Host.
This is what I do all day. I write down. Oh, are they members?
Travelhost.com. And it is amazing to know that he's so organized about what he does from Seal Beach to El Segundo. And we were talking about how the South Bay still, I would say the upper.
It's like a flyby. It's like
Yeah.
a flyover
Yeah.
flyover zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's people think, like you're saying, the Italians, the Germans, the Deutsch,
Right.
they think about Hollywood, they think about Santa Monica, and then they think about Huntington Beach
Newport
or
Be-
Newport.
Newport Beach or-
yeah, they
or
jump
Laguna.
over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
South Bay, but no longer. It's really coming into its own.
You can ask this and all these guys at the hotels and around here. People are coming here and then visiting L.A. It's not the other way around.
Well, wouldn't you rather stay at
Absolutely.
the beach?
Absolutely.
If you're coming,
Absolutely.
if you're coming to visit California, whether you're coming from
Well-
Disney World, Disneyland, or Knott's Berry Farm, or Universal Studio, or Hollywood Walk of Fame, wouldn't you much rather stay at the beach?
Well,
Jackie,
to
you
that-
know what? I'd rather stay at the shade because it's cooler in shade.
Well,
Whether it's Redondo or
Ready
Manhattan,
for a little Al Green to start bringing.
cooler in shade.
it's cooler in shade. Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
But that's what you came from back east. I came from the Midwest. I mean, when you come out here,
Chicago.
if I live in Chicago, see, there you go. My first son was born in Chicago. I worked with Mary Tyler Moore in Chicago. if I'm out, nothing against you guys in the Valley, if you got viewers from out there, but I might as well be in Illinois.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to live in California, Southern California, I want to be right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to feel like I'm in California.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can't beat the weather.
No.
Yeah. No. No arguments there.
Well, we've covered a lot of subjects. I mean, we've covered, your rise through the Fox Broadcasting Network briefly, and then, of course, now you're with the chamber. You ran for city council. But along the way, Mark,
finally I got something.
People want to know about Mark Lips, the human being. And
let's hear about the adventures of you and your sons, your grown sons.
Oh, well, I've done a lot of those things. We've done cross-country trips to Louisiana. I did a couple of years ago, this is all part of my, bucket list and doing things with purpose and trying to find stuff with purpose. I did a 135-mile kayak through the bayou in Louisiana.
Yes. I read about that.
Jumped out of airplanes. I've traveled. I've gone to Italy twice, taken my wife there. I said it was for her birthday. Really, I want to go to Italy. Do we have time to?
We have time. I want to cover the health challenges that you've had that some people may not know about, that they should know about, because you're such an energetic guy. You're such a fun guy. No one would realize the challenges you've been through.
Well, you know what? You wouldn't realize a lot of the challenges a lot of people have been through around here. I mean, the older you get, the more you see, oh, wow, I didn't know. The more you begin to, once your kids move away or they're out of the house or whatever, you begin connecting, you begin to have, it isn't just running off to a ball field or something like that. So your conversations become a little more meaningful, I think. Yeah. You're not just talking about your kids and stuff like that in the school and those crappy coaches or something like that, Whoop! Diplomat. Do they become members?
Diplomacy.
So anyway, but you start running, the older you get, you start running into this. But the reason I've been so vocal about it, just so everybody knows, I had rectal cancer, diagnosed with rectal cancer a little over a year ago. And, stage 3, so it was pretty far along, all of that jazz. Said they were going to have to remove my whole insides and let me know when people are starting to gag. But they had to remove my whole insides, and I said, well, I got to get a second opinion. Went and got the second opinion. He said, no, I think we can do some stuff, But 2016 was all chemo, radiation, more chemo, cutting, surgery, recovery. Right. And I got into hot yoga, which they said don't do that. But I tell you, the hot yoga, I thought, helped me out tremendously. And by the way, it's a great weight loss program. I suggest get cancer.
You look svelte.
Thank you.
Look svelte, yeah.
So,
no, wait. I don't think people can hear that very well. That's the Mark Lips I know.
Get cancer, lose weight.
I recommend it. You want to lose weight, I recommend cancer.
But it's this is it. But nevertheless, it really another thing resets you with life and stuff like that, and trying to find purpose, which is another reason why I went. It's not about the money. I went obviously. Look at my office. I just found it. I just noticed we had that picture up there. Jackie pointed it out. Oh, I had no idea. I've been on the phone, meetings, running around, but I think the more we talk about stuff, and that's why your show is so good, and your everything. The more we talk about these issues, the more it makes other people aware that maybe they need to check. I've had check out themselves or have themselves checked out. I've had so many people, because I've been vocal about it, saying, gosh, go out there, don't put it off. I know it's the least fun thing to do, but get colonoscopies as early as possible. And, and then the doctor will say, oh, yeah, I don't need to see you again for the colonoscopy. I don't need to see you again for another 8 years, 9 years. Well, no. I had 2 of them before I was diagnosed with this, and there have been 5 years before the last one. Well, so all that cancer grew in the 5 years.
Right.
So at least I think, maybe they forgot to turn the camera around or something. I don't know. But go get checked out. And I've had so many people go ahead and do it because they said, oh, man, Mark, you're right. I got to go do it, from being vocal about it on my newsletter and stuff like that. And they found things, and they got it handled. And so the more vocal, the more you can maybe give back to let people know that, hey, Don't wait. Don't wait. Last thing you want to do is die of this stuff because this can be prevented, right?
Right.
You know, skin cancer can be prevented. Go see Dr. Rackett. I tell you, that guy, every time I go see him, he wants to cut something out of me. I don't know what it is with him. You know, I got to talk to Scott.
You.
I think it's Scott. Here comes Mark. Ooh, this is easy. You know, I mean,
Let's sharpen our blades.
yeah, I know that. You come in there and he goes, so good to see you, Mark. You know, it's like, holy cow. But, you know, but that's another one for those of us in the South Bay. There's another one. You know, don't go in and get that checked, you know, for your skin and all of that. So it's
a much more open. Our world has become much more open. People are talking about it. Years ago, when somebody had some form of cancer, nobody's talked about it. All of a sudden, you notice that they were looking a little gaunt, and then one day they weren't there. You know,
well, you also pick up a support group when you do that, because when you do get people to open up, I'm going through the same thing, or I have a friend who's going. Next thing you know. Wow, I had no idea.
Right.
You know,
right.
And
knowledge is power, as we all know. You know, the more you know, the more you talk about it, the more you share.
So, get yourself checked out.
Right.
Make it a habit.
Right.
Get into it. You know, the doctor's offices now with digital media too, they make it so easy. They'll just send you a note. By the way, 2 weeks from now, you're supposed to be seeing me on this. You know, and they make it easy. We don't have to remember. You know, and that's what helps me out. I say, just remind me. I'll be in there.
So what have we not covered?
I want to talk about something that's coming up with the chamber.
Yeah.
Can I talk about that?
Please.
Your show. You talk about what
you're
you want.
You're the president.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. President and CEO. So there we go. Yeah. Our next event is going to be in April, and this is the Business Leadership Summit, you know, and we'd love to have you guys come and do a remote from there, and because all the top business leaders from the area will be around there, and you know, you guys can prospect too about sponsorships and stuff. But last year was not so good
because did we go last year?
It was great venue at the Marriott.
This is not
new general manager at the Marriott, by the way, Stephanie Bauer, who is fantastic, and you know they're going to be developing a new boutique style hotel that they'll go into construction starting in July, and they'll be down from July until the end of the year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's going to be part of Marriott's. What's that group of little? The
separate group, the boutique.
That they created, and they haven't. Their name's a secret right now. They haven't come out with the name, but it's all under the Marriott banner, parent company. And she's fantastic. She's fantastic. Her, you know, she was a D1 basketball player and all of this, and just great history. But the event was lackluster. The event didn't have leadership behind it. The event didn't. It was like just. I don't want to do it well. Just do it Thursday, you know, or something like. It just didn't come off. So we've got to really get past the hurdle of anything that was done. I told people to stay in the city. Any impressions you have of the chamber, anything that you're thinking about the chamber now, wipe it off the plate. We start new. We start right now. And one of the things that we did, the State of the City, very successful, very well received. So that went well. The next big event is the Business Leaders Summit, and that's going to be an all-day thing where we've got speakers, motivational speakers, keynote, big name.
I didn't go to that this year. I went the year before. I remember they had somebody from Seas on.
Right.
That was the year before. I didn't go this year. If you come to the summit, I'm going to offer free headshots for everybody by a professional photographer. Gloria is going to do them. Gloria does the best headshots.
I know.
Anyway,
she just did mine.
Yeah.
She just did mine.
Oh, you got new ones?
I got new ones because
Look
she
at
said
you.
I needed new ones.
Every year with the new headshots.
I know, but Gloria's my lady.
I know, she's mine too.
You're the one who told me about her.
I only get mine done every 5 years.
Yeah, you told me about it. Well, she said I had to. So, but and I do whatever Gloria says. But everybody gets a headshot. So when you come there, you get a new headshot. So you get a new headshot.
Headshots.
We're going to have
very important.
a video set up where you can do a 30-second commercial of your business. We'll put it on our Facebook and put it all out there on social media. And we're going to have, hopefully, I want to have a stress-free zone with pillows and all of this stuff around and a masseuse. So during the breaks, you go out and get your shoulders rubbed, and because maybe some of the stuff will tell you you're shoulders going to be up around your ears.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need to be doing that too. Jeez, you know. But so we're going to have that. But compelling speakers. I want to get a killer keynote. That's key. To come in and speak and open up the meeting to everybody. Then the other thing we're going to do with Business Leaders Summit, which has been a problem in the past, I think, is, listen, Skechers does not have the same issues as, say, my wife's company.
Yes.
Or any other small company, small business So everybody gets the general overview. And then we're going to break out into breakout sessions, small business issues, small business, larger business, and, they'll go to those breakout. The small business will go to these breakout, so that they're, first of all, feeling more comfortable about talking about things with other small businesses because they have the same problems. Whereas, and then the probably legislatively they'll do a lot with the bigger business.
No, I want to do a shout out for Gloria Placencia. It's Gloria, Gloria Placencia.com. Gloria Placencia.
There's an S in there?
Yes,
Yes,
Placencia,
yes.
yes. I saw her last night. I saw Gloria last night. We went to the Los Angeles Ale Works grand opening in Hawthorne.
Yeah, LA Ale Works.
Off of El Segundo Boulevard on Cerise. They repurposed one of the old brick buildings over there. They have a 9,000 square foot brewery there, and the place... It's been open for a couple of months.
Nice, isn't it?
It's very nice. It's been open for a couple of months. Get this, Joe. I walked in. They have a nice big outdoor patio area with picnic tables. Place was packed. Not every single person, but as I walked through, everybody had on hoodies with SpaceX on the back.
Oh.
Well,
Because
listen, I know the
apparently
owners.
It's their second home now.
No, it
all
is.
The employees.
They've been coming there for a while. I know the owners in that whole area right there.
Yeah.
But especially LA Ale Works. Also, SpaceX comes over and uses some of their conference rooms. And they have taps that come into the conference rooms from their beer in the breweries. They do. No. They have taps that come into the conference rooms from those big brew tanks out there. And so, if you're in a conference room, but you know who? David Hogue is the principal investor.
Yes.
In that, and he's a Manhattan Beach resident. And I've demanded, because I played hockey with David for years, that he has to join the chamber, and they're going to join the chamber. So they'll be. They'll be members, because also he'd like to get a footprint here in Manhattan Beach. I don't know how he would do that, where you put those big tanks and everything.
Well, no, they might open a tap room. Like, King Harbor Brewing opened a tap room down at the International Boardwalk. They're inland.
Oh, maybe that.
Maybe a tap room or something like that. But the place is already, I know that it was the grand opening last night, but there were most of the people.
They have food. They have this barbecue guy
Yeah.
out on the patio that gets you barbecue.
Yeah,
it's great.
It is.
Yeah.
It's great. So
that's our new. We have a beer group. I call it the beer clique. In our neighborhood, we go out on Sundays and we'll have a couple of beers. We go to El Segundo breweries, or we go to the craft beer.
How do you keep up with them?
Well, no, we just go to the. Well, we've just been going to the one, but we went out last weekend to LA Ale Works, and I didn't know David was involved. We just went out, and he shows up on his motorcycle with Cindy, his wife, who is very big with Habitat for Humanity, by the way, and does a trivia thing here every year, a couple of times a year. Raises lots of money for Habitat for Humanity, but he rides up on his motorcycle and he gets off, and I said, David. And he said, wow, good to see you here. And it turns out, I own the place.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go. Free beer.
Free beer.
But it's like, and he's taking his passion. Because he makes his own beer, even though he's been a financial wealth manager for years and done very, very, very well. He home brews. And so he's taken that passion and now supported these guys and put this business out there. And I think it's going to do really well because it's a very inviting space. They purposely kept it open and big and spacious so that you feel like you're not, jammed in there. And they got that outdoor area and food.
It was an educated guess, but I'm guessing that at least one of the owners or investors went to USC because they had the USC Marching Band come in last night. And
they may have.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
the USC Marching Band?
I have a video of
I
it.
can't get the USC Marching Band for the State of the City, and a brew company gets them?
That's what I'm saying, alumni there. But
talk to David about that.
But, yeah, they had the USC Band. They played for about a half an hour.
Wow.
So I'm guessing that I posted a video of that live. I did Facebook Live last night from there. So later on you can go and look on my Facebook page and you can see it. But, so that's a great new addition to the South Bay. We think globally. We think South Bay. That's our thing,
Well, I think
globally, South Bay.
I think globally too. Manhattan Beach, Manhattan Beach. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, we're in the periphery. We're in the periphery, but you know,
No.
Manhattan Beach. You guys, you know,
Manhattan
the
Beach.
other areas have their chamber of commerce.
Yes.
I am thinking globally too, but it's Manhattan Beach. The for instance, the Business Leaders Summit. So that's coming up mid-April.
Right.
But then right after that, we have the Bite at the Beach.
Right.
Right.
Great event.
And
Right.
it's a great event, but once again, last year, a little lackluster in tennis and all that stuff. And so we're gonna build that up. We're gonna bring in more people. We're gonna maybe even bring in some people from other areas of the South Bay with restaurants and stuff like Barron's. You know, what a great new place there.
Something about that. The first year that they did Bite at the Beach, did you go the first year? The first year they had panels. I think they did 2 panels. One with chefs where they talked about beer pairings.
Really?
And then there was now let me tell you something. I enjoyed that. I learned stuff from that.
But people went to them?
Well, that's just it.
They were just right there on the stage.
The next year they didn't do it.
Well, it could
James
be.
said, "Yeah, you were the only person that liked that. So
Oh,
we're not
okay.
bringing it back
All
this
right.
year." But I was amazed with it. I mean, some of these chefs said phrases that stuck with me to this day. You know, there is no way to pair any beer with certain things. You know, an artichoke or something like that. I don't know. But I found it interesting. It was informative and stuff, and it was
So they did it on the stage.
On the stage, yeah.
Okay.
But the next year they didn't bring it back.
All right,
And
I have a question for you. You've been every year. Do you like a DJ or live music?
I think that they each have their. I like background music a lot. I like
Okay.
background music. So a DJ with background music.
Because, you know, last year they had just the DJ and they were doing line dancing and things like that.
Yeah. I prefer DJ for more background
Okay.
stuff.
All right.
Live.
That's what my staff's saying, that we should do DJ.
Yeah, live music.
You know, I'm big
it
on
brings
to-
people in and
I'm
away
on the hometown
from.
fair board, and, you know, I book all the bands for the
Yeah.
hometown fair.
Yeah.
And so I kept thinking, you know, we got all these bands, these local bands are very good. Let's, you know, showcase them. But at the same time, you know, a DJ can. A good
Keep things
DJ like
rolling.
that guy
Yeah,
that does that. I
keeps
can't
things
remember his
rolling.
name,
Yeah.
but he keeps things rolling. He knows when to get people pumped up.
A
and when
DJ
to, you know,
can also
control your crowd.
switch to, you can do
Yeah.
live
People are-
events. You can have someone
Right.
speak, and with a band, you really can't butt in and say, "All right, I want to speak now." And
Well,
do
no,
that.
you
It's just hard.
can't.
It's
Well,
harder.
you can, but the thing is, a DJ, if someone says, you know, we need more country music or we need more rock and roll, or we need some dance
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
they can customize.
Yeah.
You know, a band is like, you know, if you don't like it, you're stuck with
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah,
it. You're
yeah,
done.
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
for the next
yeah,
hour or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Exactly.
So you guys heard it here. South Bay by
Okay.
Jackie.
Okay.
We're
South
going
Bay
with
Show.
DJ.
The South Bay Show.
South Bay Show,
The
sorry.
South Bay Show. We always have to correct
South
everybody.
Bay
It's
Show.
the South Bay Show.
South Bay
Separate
Show, okay.
entity
Yeah.
from South Bay by
South
Jackie.
Bay
That's how it is.
Extravaganza by
Yeah.
Jackie. DJ, you guys help me
I
out.
like-
You
I
helped
like
me
it.
out. You've contributed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Your work is done.
We're contributing.
So
We've had a great time. We've got 15 minutes. We want to keep it under the hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Mark, is really missing? Now, I know you're going to be doing some wonderful things, and God love you. There's no one in your presence that doesn't feel like you're interested in what they're talking about. You have that gift that to make people feel comfortable. But what does the
what did you say, Joe?
yeah. What does the Manhattan Beach Chamber need? What does the city of Manhattan Beach need for their businesses? Give me the top 3.
Well, it needs to be a business-friendly city, first of all. You know, we nickel and dime our businesses to death. You know, I'd rather, you know, if I had a small business here, well, Tammy has a small business here, you know, hit me once or something, you know. But and I think the chamber does the same thing. You know, it's constantly nickel, dime, nickel, dime.
A good example of that.
You know.
A good example of that. I have a business. I do DBA. It used to be where you just filled out your DBA and sent it in with however much it was,
Yeah.
and you got. Now they're hitting you up every 5 years.
Oh, I know. Well,
Now you have to pay it every 5 years. I thought it was a one-time thing.
well,
when I
it's
did
not
it.
even that. If you've
Every
got
5
a
years. Let's
if you've
do
got
this.
if depending on the business you have, you may get hit. There's other fees.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
they're constantly sending. It seems like something else is coming in the mail. For a small business owner, I think a big thing is, you know, let me pay it one payment,
yeah,
and it should
yeah.
cover everything. Just make it easy for me. I got all the other things to do, and have to worry about this every time every year, and you know, every 6 months, every 4 months, whatever. The other thing I think it is awareness. we have a turnover probably close to 20% every 5 years in this town.
Residents.
Yeah.
And tell us those numbers, because those are
it's amazing.
some amazing numbers.
Since 2012 has been, well, this stat came out in 2013, 14, something like that. But we'd had since 2000 a 60% turnover in our residents. 60%. That means 60% of your neighbors are new. Maybe not on your block, but 60% turnover. That's a whole new town.
Yeah, the entire population of Manhattan Beach, 36,000 people.
2010.
60% of that changed.
Yeah,
that's
since
crazy.
2000.
And the two main reasons are death and divorce.
Really? I didn't know that.
Death and divorce. Divorce, split up, move. They can't afford the house, so they both go get separate houses.
Older population.
Older population moving. So death and divorce. Our number one demographic here is senior citizens. Mm-hmm. But so death and divorce. But people want to come here too, mm-hmm. and so hence bigger homes and all of that. And then, so there's a lot of awareness that needs to happen. We need to build more awareness about the charm of the city and stay more focused on that, because we don't want to lose that. Mm-hmm. Like just all office buildings and that kind of development. We have to make sure we don't let some of these other areas, people who don't have the kind of vested interest in the community, as those of us have been here for double-digit years, doing things that kind of disrupt that lifestyle in a sense.
Well, I've heard you talk about this before, where because of all these new people coming in, not being a part, they don't have the volunteers for the hometown fair, and all the things that parents have done traditionally, volunteering, mm-hmm. whether it's through the school or these different city events. Right. These people new here, they don't know.
We've become a very affluent area, so and to their credit, they're entrepreneurs, they're innovators, they're leaders in their industries. And they've done very, very well, but they're very, very busy. And it's both sets of parents are very, very busy. So it's easy for them to say, well, listen, I can't be in the snack stand, but can I write you a check for $1,000? Does that help? Mm-hmm. Well, that helps, but we need bodies too. Yeah. We need it for the hometown fair. We need it for all of our events here. We need volunteers. Right. The city has, by the way, if you'd like to sign up to be a volunteer and maybe be called upon, the city has a volunteer site called that you can get on a list there called MB Cares, and it's a volunteer resource for events and things like that around town. But if that's something you want to do as volunteer, you can go on that list. You can also go on the hometown fair. They're always needing people. But yeah, it's hurt our volunteerism.
I just noticed, Joe, that you are not in this picture.
Well, I am now. I'm. Hi, everybody.
Why are you not in this picture? Couldn't we have set it up so that we could see? Mark and I look like we're talking to the wall.
Yeah. There's a guy over here.
You're talking to the audience. Just stare into the eye, the deep eye.
Maybe next time all three of us could be on this side.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I think he likes. I think he likes a control thing. I think he likes being in control of all those knobs and buttons. And,
right.
And,
he's the man behind the curtain.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. The other thing, Joe, I wanted to bring up is something that, and I've told our staff this, is something we need to do at the chamber more is we need to press the flesh. There's not enough of that. There's too much on the. First of all, a lot of the people we have here are younger and they're used to emailing, texting, all that. So a lot of it's email, text, calling up, and blah blah blah. But we need to be walking into the stores and going, "Hey, I'm with the Chamber of Commerce. How are you doing? How's business? What can we do to help? I just wanted to say hello."
You have ambassadors that do that.
Well, we have ambassadors. Yeah, and we got to work on that because I don't think we do enough of that.
Okay, you need more ambassadors.
Now, granted, when you're a small staff and ambassadors all have jobs too, you're always behind the eight ball on something. There's always a project coming up.
Let's give a little shout out to the staff.
Yeah,
we've got
Michelle Wynn, who is memberships. So if you want to be a member, you want to get a hold of her. Michelle McDonald, she's kind of our back office type person, but she'll assist in other areas. And then we have Brian Duran, who is my operations manager, and he's also doing a little membership work as well. But he's our ops manager, so he's the one who he makes sure that my podcast is going to, or my PowerPoint is up there and it's working, or we got to get But we're looking for a good web manager, someone who can, a webmaster. We're seeing some people on that today. Because there's a lot of things that just need tweaked and up and going.
Right.
I mean, I'd kind of like to get on the website myself. Like me.
Yeah.
That I'm even here. So.
Actually, I shouldn't bring this up.
No, don't. I don't need this. I don't need it. I get enough of this. I don't need it. But, so the website needs to be fixed. Facebook, we have someone who does our Facebooks,
right.
And but we need to get them content more often.
Mm-hmm. The phones here you need to fix too. You have the ID that comes up on the phones. People that left years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, this whole phone system needs to be changed out. I mean, I think this is the 19. Graham Bell is on the bottom of the.
Okay.
But it needs to be changed.
Yeah, so
listen, they had a voicemail on there that still had the old president's name on there that no one could seem to get off the phone. And so the voicemail.
I'm out of town till next Monday, 2012.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's getting fixed, or it is fixed. We'll see. But you're right. If the names are coming up, geez. Oh well.
When I heard the news, Mark, I was so excited to know that you're going to be leading this organization into the future. I said, wow. I told Jackie, Mark Lips is perfect for leading the chamber.
Thank you.
This is amazing. We're so thrilled to know that you're going to be doing this, and it really is going to be a new era for the chamber.
Well, I hope so. Your words too.
You've got a strong board behind you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, strong board. And they're very supportive. I've got a strong staff. I've got a great product to work with. We just got to get them back. Some people back under the tent. We've got to show them what we can do. We got to take some of our existing events and make them pop again. We've got retune, refresh, and reinvigorate. Right.
Well, this has been a fantastic hour. We loved having you on the show, and thank you for just doing this live, because I think people really get a sense of who you are when they hear you talk and they see you. This is what we want to do for lots of different businesses.
And that's good.
Also, the Chamber has been, as many people know, sponsoring the Friday show, and we look forward to that continuing. And we're just, it's been a great partnership.
We hope you guys will show up at some of our events too. That'd be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackie, any parting thoughts?
It's the weekend.
It's a
good way to start the weekend.
Right.
It is. It is going to be a little wet, they say.
A little wet, yeah. Be really careful out there. I think they said the worst of it is going to happen today, like starting at 11 to 2 or something.
Right.
We're going to get like 10 inches of water or something.
Right. Well, I think those of you that want to write that book, this might be the weekend.
That might be the
hunker
weekend
down and start writing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, thank you, Mark. Congratulations. Congratulations.
And congratulations on this. This is awesome. Hey. This is it. This is where you need to be.
Yeah.
Because both of you are engaging, not only vocally, but how do we say that?
We're not hard to look at.
I don't want to say that. I don't want HR. But so it's. But that is an issue. You're going to have to worry about that now.
Right.
You just show up in your curlers or whatever.
I know. I'm going to have to start putting on makeup. I'm like. Something that's one of the nicest compliments anybody ever gave me. I ran into, I was at some event in Torrance, and Mayor Pat Fury, whom I didn't even know he knew me.
Yeah.
All right, he walks by, he comes, hey, Jackie, voice for radio, looks for TV. I went,
wow,
I was
nice.
like, wow, that's like the nicest thing anybody said to me. But I'm thinking, how does he even know me? I didn't even. Yeah, so that was very nice. But
and he was on the guest list immediately.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He was actually our first guest of the show this year. He was our first guest in 2017.
That's
But
right.
don't get too excited about hair and makeup. I don't think I'm going there. That's just not my style.
Well, you don't have to.
Thank you, Mark.
Mark Lips, President and CEO
and Sheriff
of the Manhattan Beach Chamber and the new sheriff in town.
New sheriff in town, yeah. Please. They're still wet, so
yes,
careful.
Yes. Thank you. It's been great. Thank you, everybody, for watching this, and you'll see a lot more. We love this Facebook Live format, so we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And, of course, thank you, Jackie.
Always a pleasure, Joe.